Here is a second example of solving and graphing a quadratic inequality, but the difference this time now is it's going to be in standard form. So here's our example. We want to find the solution to this quadratic inequality. It's in standard form. So remember, this is our A value, which is 1, our B value, which is -2, and our C value, which is -8. That'll help us later. So we want to be able to graph this parabola. So one of the things we want to do is find the X-Intercepts. So if you remember finding X-Intercepts from earlier in this chapter, you can factor it, use the quadratic formula, complete the square, or undo it. The best way in this example would be one to factor it using the T-chart method. So I'm going to say, what are the factors of -8 that add to -2? Well, -4 times +2 adds to -2. So these are the numbers we're going to work with. And we're going to split up our x squared into an x and an x. And then it's -4 plus 2. So now we have this quadratic equation in factored form. We'll use the zero product property and set each factor equal to 0. So our first factor is x minus 4. Set it equal to 0 and solve for x. We're going to add 4 to both sides. So our x-intercept then is 4, 0. Our second factor is x plus 2. We set that equal to 0. So we're going to subtract 2 from both sides. So our other ordered pair on our x-intercept is -2, 0. So over on our graph, remember x-intercepts are what cross the x-axis, the horizontal axes. So we're going to go over 4, create the point, then left 2, create the point. So those are our two x-intercepts. We do need to find a little bit more out about the parabola. We have to find maybe the y-intercept and the vertex. So to find the vertex, we're going to start with opposite of b over 2a. Remember, that's your axis of symmetry equation. So opposite of b times 2a. We reduce that down. We get a +2, +2, and we divide it. We get x equals 1. That's your axis of symmetry. Now we want to find the y value. So we're going to substitute 1 in for x. And solve it for y. So simplify that. 1 times 1 is 1, -2, -8. Continue simplifying. 1 minus 2 is -1, -8 is -9. So then our vertex equals over 1 down 9. So if we come over to graphing it, we're going to go over 1 and down 9. We want to find one more thing about the graph. Let's find the y-intercept. The y-intercept is going to be your c. So if you come over to your equation, your c is -8. So over 0, down 8. And there is your y-intercept. Now we're going to go ahead and graph that parabola. Notice that this parabola, quadratic parabola, has an equal to, so it's going to be a solid parabola. And our parabola opens up. So we've graphed the parabola, but we really haven't found the solution. So we want to pick a point inside, and we want to pick a point somewhere outside. So I'm just going to erase this. I've already chosen those points below. Remember, you should always pause this video if we're going too fast. So we're going to pick a nice easy number inside, like 0, 0. That'll be inside the parabola. And then let's pick something outside the parabola. Something like maybe 6, 0. So inside would be 0, 0. And outside would be 6, 0. So this represents your xy, your xy. Now let's go ahead and substitute it into the inequality. 0 for y, 0 for x. And let's see if this is true. So continue simplifying. 0 times 0 is 0. Negative 2 times 0 is 0, minus 8. Continue reducing. Now read the inequality. Is 0 greater than or equal to negative 8? Yes, that's true. Well, I'm just going to continue on to this right-hand side and just make sure that this is saying it's false. So I'm going to substitute 0 in for y, 6 in for x. Now do our orders of operations. 6 times 6 is 36. Negative 2 times 6 is negative 12. Now add and subtract. In this case, we're going to just subtract. 36 minus 12 is 24. 24 minus 8 is 16. Read it. Is 0 greater than or equal to 16? No, that is false. So every ordered pair outside the parabola would not be a solution. Inside the parabola is what is true. So if we go back up to our picture, what we're going to shade as the solution is all of the ordered pairs inside this parabola.